Welcome back to the Tubetown studio and the Game of the Week pregame show. I am Brandon Reed, and I will be sending you down to the field where Chris Benson and Wes Cisco have your Rivercrest Gosnell call in just a few moments. But first, let's recap the action that we saw last week here on Tubetown in the live Game of the Week. That game featured Harrisburg traveling to Martree, and Harrisburg gave the Indians all they could handle before Martree and Blake Daniels threw a 19-yard TD pass to D'Angelo Griffin with 5:47 left in the game. That sealed the game and gave Martree the lead for good as the Indians take it 26-21 over Harrisburg. Now it's time to show you how it all unfolded in the 2-minute drill. Monkeys in the truck, roll the footage.
Referee blows the whistle, and it's a short pooch kick and taken at about the 42-yard line. Normal offense, and Gilbert fires a screen pass complete to Gilbert, and it is a touchdown, Martree. Daniels hands off to Gilbert, has a hole left side, big hole, foot race, 10-5, touchdown, Martree. Hag gives to Versey. Cuts it inside, and let's see.
I see a touchdown indicator over here.
We do have a near side official signaling for the touchdown. Second down at the 13-yard line, and this will have to go into the end zone, or not. This is Griffin. He may get to the end zone, though. He breaks a tackle, and he is in for the touchdown. Harrisburg on the march. Hag gives the big fullback McGill, dragging tacklers, and he is in for the touchdown. Hag going to keep, and he's going to spin and get the first down. Outstanding second effort that time by Connor Hag. He was wrapped up just shy.
They're calling that a touchdown.
A touchdown? He got in. 2nd and 10, Daniels to throw. Fires complete to Griffin, trying to get outside, loses, here comes more containment. He gets around the outside, and it is a touchdown!
So Martree improves to 2-0 while Harrisburg drops to 0-2. What you did not see in the 2-minute drill highlights is how a controversial call ended the game for the Hornets. They held Martree to a 4th and 1 with 1 minute left to go in the game and got called for a questionable offsides penalty that essentially ended the game since the Hornets only had 1 timeout left. Now let's take a quick look at the numbers from the game. Both quarterbacks had really good games. Blake Daniels was 13 of 24 with 3 TDs, including that game-winning 19-yard TD toss to D'Angelo Griffin. I also told you last week about Connor Hag in the pregame last week, stating that he could pass it 25 times or run it 25 times. Well, take a look at what he did on the night. He started out 0 for 12 passing the ball, but his receivers were dropping virtually everything. He completed his final 4 passes to finish 4 for 16 with 51 yards on the night, but also ran the ball 13 times, mostly in that second half, finished with 76 yards on the ground. So he did mix it up quite a bit and had a fairly good game in a losing effort. Now, the Tubetown player of the game was D'Angelo Griffin, who finished with 8 receptions for 115 yards and 2 TDs, including that game winner from 19 yards out with just over 5 minutes left in the game. So a pretty big fantasy day for D'Angelo. Now, Harrisburg now sits in the cellar of the 4A3 at 0-2 with Highland, and Martree sits atop of the 2A3 at 2-0 with EPC. Those 2 schools are the only undefeated teams left in the 2A3 after 2 weeks. So we could be headed to an epic Poinsett County showdown in Martree on Halloween night between those 2 teams live here on Tubetown. Cannot wait for that one. I tell you what, now let's take a quick break. We'll hear from our sponsors. On the other side of the break, we'll preview tonight's game between Rivercrest and Gosnell. We'll hear from the Colts coach, Kelly Chandler, then send you to Gosnell for the opening kickoff live here on Tubetown. We'll be right back.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels in bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
Welcome back. It is now time to take a look at our matchup tonight between the Rivercrest Colts and the Gosnell Pirates. The Colts come into tonight's game 0-2, but have played a fairly tough schedule in the first 2 weeks. They traveled to Paragould and lost that contest 38-33 to the Rams, and last week they hosted a very good Earl team that is projected to win the 2A3. They dropped that contest in the Cotton Patch 18-7. Spoke with Rivercrest head coach Kelly Chandler earlier this week, so let's hear what he had to say about the way this season has started so far for his Colts and what he expects from his team here tonight in Gosnell.
Well, we're kind of struggling at inopportune times. We're just come behind Earl. We get down in the red zone and we don't, we make a mistake here and there and don't get in. Same thing happened to us at Paragould. We get inside the zone and make a mistake and lose the opportunity to score. So we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot at times as far as on offense. And it goes back to go back to me as far as being a head coach, calling the plays and stuff, and making sure they execute them. So on defense, we've kind of struggled on tackling. We didn't tackle very well this year, and I saw improvement from first game to second game, but again, we've got a long ways to go if we're going to be a good defensive team. So if we got to improve on our tackling, we got to make sure we don't make critical mistakes. As far as surprise, I guess the bad thing is I thought we'd be better on defense. I thought we'd be playing better at this point in time. They're tough. The third one's going to be the toughest game of all of them probably. So we're playing at Gosnell, and Gosnell's start off a real good year. We've always had a pretty good rivalry against them. We used to be in the same conference for a long time, and it's always been a tough game for us to play, and we look forward to playing them. It's always a great challenge, but they're on the road this year, and we kind of stumbled so far. So, we want to keep the ball as much as we can. I mean, they're pretty explosive on offense. They run the ball real well so far, but then they do a real good job with play action passes. So we would like to control the ball a little bit against them. Now we do hurry up a lot, but we need to execute our plays so that we have a lot of plays. So we can kind of wear them down a little bit on defense. They like us. They play a lot of both ways, and you get more fatigue on defense than you do offense because everybody's chasing the ball, whereas offense you get certain assignments. So we hope to kind of keep the ball away from them a little bit.
Thank you, Coach Chandler, for talking with us earlier this week, and I think you heard one of the keys to the game for Rivercrest right there at the end of that soundbite. Keep the ball out of the Pirates' hands. I know easier done than said, though. And to do that, they're going to have to hang on to the balls themselves as well. They turned it over 4 times in last year's meeting with Gosnell. And honestly, that was the difference in the game as the Colts fell 22-7 to Gosnell last year. They also do not have to deal with Marcus Mullins this year since he graduated this spring. Mullins ran 23 times for 133 yards and a score against them last year. The Colts will also have experience on their side tonight as roughly half of their team is made up of seniors. Now, included in that group of seniors is all-conference quarterback Marquez Chu, who scored 9 TDs last year in only 9 games. They also have experience on the offensive side of the ball with senior receivers Alonzo Thurman, Peyton Adams, and Devin Tittle. Senior running back Chris Johnson and senior fullback Austin Griffin will also see a lot of work behind all-conference junior running back Cecil Langston, who scored 10 TDs last season. Now, Rivercrest could only manage one score last week against Earl, a rushing TD from quarterback Marquez Chu. Langston had no problem moving the ball, however. He carried it 20 times for 101 yards, just could not find the end zone. 166 total yards on the ground for the Colts last week to only 52 yards through the air, so not much of a balance there. Braden Wilson also did have a big night on the defensive side of the ball with 17 tackles and 4 of them for a loss. The Colts have a serious chance tonight to take this game if they continue the success they have had on the ground in the last 2 weeks, and of course take care of the football. Now, Coach Chandler admits they are still trying to find the right groove on defense, and as we heard him mention just now, they have to tackle better. Rivercrest sits at the bottom of the early 3A3 standings at 0-2 with Manila and Osceola. The 3A3 that Rivercrest won 6 out of 7 games in last year and is projected to win this year. A win tonight over Gosnell in the Pirate Ship would be very impressive for Coach Chandler's group and give them a lot of confidence going into conference play starting next week against Corning. As for Gosnell, they are currently 2-0, sitting atop of the early 4A3 standings, with Pocahontas being the only other undefeated team in the conference. They are off to a great start considering they lost a lot from last year's team. They only returned 5 players on both sides of the ball. The 6 players missing are also key because they played on both sides of the ball. Not to mention, one of those players that graduated this spring was, of course, all-state running back Marcus Mullins, who gave us plenty of memorable moments last year right here on Tubetown. Now, despite losing a player like Mullins, Coach Gary Moody is very confident about this season and his chances of winning back-to-back conference titles. One of the big reasons he is so confident is senior all-conference quarterback Dwight Griffin. Griffin has been starting at quarterback since his sophomore year and is just as dangerous as a free safety in the defensive backfield. The Pirates will also have 3-sport junior running back Carlos Blackman to help fill the large footsteps that Marcus Mullins left behind. The 6'1", 210-pound junior has a chance to be very special according to Coach Moody because he has size, speed, and can catch the ball out of the backfield. Coach Moody has stated that he plans on Blackman touching the ball 20 to 30 times a game, so incredible workload for that young man. And despite losing so much last year, the Pirates have reloaded, however. They will start 7 seniors and 4 juniors on the offensive side of the ball, and when the defense takes the field, they'll only sub in 1 player. That is a whole lot of Iron Man football, folks. Gosnell has a 40-man roster, but nearly half of them are sophomores. They could prove to be a big help to Coach Moody next season, but as far as this year, he is sticking with the upperclassmen to get the job done. So, a lot to keep our eyes on here tonight in this game between Rivercrest and Gosnell. 2 really good quarterbacks in Chu and Griffin, a couple of really good power backs in Langston and Blackman. Can the Colts have success on the ground, hang on to the ball, and make tackles on defense? Can the Pirates control the pace, spread the Colts out, and avoid costly turnovers themselves? I tell you what, we are about to find out right now. It's time for the Week 3 Tubetown Game of the Week Live. We now send you to the field at J.W. Ray Stadium, affectionately known as the Pirate Ship. Chris Benson, West Cisco, are you ready?
A very pleasant good evening, everyone. It's a Mississippi County showdown in Week 3 of the high school football season here on Tubetown. Tonight, the Gosnell Pirates, 2-0, will take on the Rivercrest Colts, who are 0-2. Gosnell coming off a conference championship in 2013, where they went 7-0 in conference, 9-2 overall. 2-0-14. Head coached by Gary Moody. Rivercrest 7-4 in 2013, lost in the playoffs, second in their conference. 0-2-14, head coached by Kelly Chandler in West Cisco. All you have to say tonight is rivalry.
That's all you got to say. Mississippi County rivalry, and they're ready to play here on the Pirate ship.
Gosnell dressed in their traditional home blue with yellow trim and white numerals. Rivercrest is in their road whites with red pants and red numerals with black trim. Looks like Gosnell will be kicking off tonight to start tonight's ball game. Number 10, Markel McKinney will kick it off for Gosnell tonight as they look to go 3-0 before they open up conference play next week. And they will open up on the road in Brooklyn. Rivercrest will start conference play next week as well, and they will be at home facing Corning. So Rivercrest would like to get a win before they get in the conference. As we look at the keys to tonight's game, comeback kids. Gosnell down 21-8 last week, came back with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to win. Turnovers, the turnover battle is always critical, and as we said, rivalry factor. You can throw out the records when the rivalry is a game like this.
Yeah, that's the only thing you got to say right there. And the keys to tonight's game is brought to you by Eye Care Truman. Let Dr. Angela Howe and the staff at Eye Care Truman bring life into focus for you. Eye Care Truman, 807 West Main in Truman. And we're about to get ready to get underway here, Chris.
Chris Johnson, Cecil Langston back deep for the Rivercrest Colts. As the ball is squibbed on the ground, and it will be taken around the 33-yard line. 35 and tackled is number 6, Bruce Parker.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Farmers Bank and Trust. Farmers Bank and Trust enjoys a proud history of dedicated service to the people of Mississippi County and its surrounding areas. Farmers Bank and Trust with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The starting quarterback for Rivercrest is Marquez Chu, a 5'9", 140-pound junior, and he will open up in the spread with Cecil Langston flanked to his left. And this is Chu on the keeper, and he is going to be met by a host of Pirates.
You know, Chu's coming off of a good season here, Chris. He's a returning starter. He was all conference last year for the Colts. He scored 9 touchdowns in 9 games.
Chu lost 2, back to the 34 to bring up second down and 12. Man in motion. And Chu will hand off to Langston. Big hole up the middle. He's going to be close to the 40-yard line before he's brought down by big number 70, DeQuez Murphy. So Langston gets 5, and it will be 3rd down 7 at the 40-yard line.
These Colts look like they like to run it. Now they're in the 3rd and long. Let's see what they're going to do here on their first 3rd and long.
Alonzo Thurman, Devin Tittle, and Peyton Adams are the receivers. And the give is to Langston, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield back at the 35. Number 41, Albert Boyd. So a loss of 5 for Langston and a 3-and-out for Rivercrest on the opening series.
As you can see on our picture, Chris, the middle of this field looks like it's a little tore up. They had some junior high games here last night in the wet. That might be something that we need to look at here tonight with the running game for Rivercrest.
Austin Griffin gets a nice punt away for the Colts, taken by Brian Anderson, and he will be brought down just across the 30-yard line at the 31. So a nice punt that time by Austin Griffin. And Gosnell will open it up with 10:15 left to play in the first quarter. Dwight Griffin is their quarterback. He will be flanked by Carlos Blackman and a 3-receiver set of Brian Anderson, Tiberius Reel, and Michael Miller. And they open up in a power I set, and the give is to Anderson. And he will be brought down at the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 5 for Anderson on his first carry of the night. second down and 5 for the Gosnell Pirates. Number 23, T.J. Anderson into the game. He's in a wingback spot. And the toss to Anderson, left side. Gets a nice block. And he's going to get up to about the 39-yard line. So that will be a gain of 4 more for Anderson. That will bring up third down and short.
That was a good stop out there. A good wrap-up by Chris Johnson on the tackle for the Colts. If it wasn't for him, that could have went for a first down right there for the Pirates.
So Gosnell facing 3rd and 2 at the 40. And out of the spread formation, Griffin, he wants to throw. Fires deep downfield into the middle, and it's complete to number 23, T.J. Anderson.
The tight end's getting some action already this evening for Gosnell. And that picks up a first down.
That's a gain of 8. And out of the spread again, Griffin, and we have movement up front. Looked like number 40 for the Colts, Austin Griffin, may have jumped offside, and indeed he did. So that'll be a 3-5 for the Pirates.
It's always easier to move the chains when the defense gives you 5.
So 1st and 5 at the Rivercrest 47-yard line. So Gosnell into Rivercrest territory. And Griffin is out of the spread again. 3 receivers set, man in motion. Griffin fakes, keeps, has a first down and more across the 40, across the 35, down to about the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 14 for Dwight Griffin on his first carry. And another key tonight for Gosnell, this young man, Dwight Griffin, is a 3rd-year starter, a lot of experience.
A lot of experience up there for the 3rd-year quarterback, their 3rd-year starter, as you said, Chris. And that makes a world of difference, especially when you're playing in a tough 4A conference like Gosnell is.
1st and 10 at the 34, 4 receivers set. Griffin, 3-step drop. Looking deep down the field, throwing for the end zone. It is incomplete off the outstretched hands of number 2, Tiberius Reel.
Devin Tittle was right there step by step for the Colts to break up that pass.
Good coverage there by the Rivercrest Colts, and that was real close to being a touchdown for the Pirates.
Devin Tittle's a 5'10", 155-pound senior. One thing about these Colts, over half of their starters are seniors.
So 2nd and 10, and Griffin a straight keep, and he will be tripped up by his own man. He tripped over the feet of Brian Anderson. That may have lost a yard. Actually, it's no gain for Griffin. So 3rd down and 10. They've already converted 1 3rd down on this drive. It was a 3rd and short, a 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 10 is much different.
Check.
Man in motion, and Griffin. A little toss to Anderson. 35-30. And close to a first down as Anderson, as he will be marked down
by that offensive line.
So I see the official holding up the 4th down sign.
Just inside the 25. So a 9-yard gain there for Anderson. They'll bring up 4th and 1, and it looks like Gosnell will go for it. They're more or less in no man's land here. It'd be a 42-yard attempt if they did try a field goal. So 4th and 1.
4th and about a couple yards.
And a wishbone set. And the give
T.J. Anderson
to number 3,
Brian Anderson.
Number 5, Brian Anderson.
And that's enough for a Gosnell Pirate.
And he got the first down.
Pirates knocking on the door for a score. Referee spots the ball on the 20-yard line.
At the 20, that's a gain of 5.
So they're officially in the red zone for the here on the first drive.
6:15 left to play in the opening quarter. The Pirates on the march. Griffin, play action, rolling to his left, firing into the flat. It is caught, and it is. Let's see.
Referee says he's out of bounds.
Oh, they're going to touchdown by the official on the far side over by the pylon. So a 20-yard pass touchdown to. Didn't get the number.
Michael Miller on the receiving unit.
Michael Miller, number 24. 20 yards and a touchdown. 5:56 left to play in the first quarter. 6-0. And number 5, Brian Anderson, will attempt the point after. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. 5:56 left to play in the first quarter. The score, Gosnell 7, Rivercrest nothing. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
A 9-play, 4-minute, 19-second drive, capped off by a touchdown pass from Dwight Griffin to Michael Miller. And the Gosnell Pirates score on their opening possession. 7-0, 5:56 left to play, opening quarter. Brian Anderson set to kick it off to again, and a nice high end-over-end kick taken by Langston at the 10. 15, 20, 25, trying to hop it outside.
He drug about 3 Pirates there, about an extra 5 yards there.
And a nice return that time by Langston out to the 35-yard line. So pretty good field position for the Rivercrest Colts as they look to move the football a little bit here on possession number 2.
If you're watching us here live and you're on Twitter, find Tubetown on Twitter at Tubetown21. Let us know where you're watching the game from using the hashtag RVR versus GOS. We'll try to read some of your tweets live tonight.
And end around to number 11, Devin Tittle, went backwards. A loss of 5 for Tittle. And second and long. Rivercrest has ran 4 plays tonight, 3 of them negative yards so far.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something to get that run game going.
And now it looks like number 51, Braxton Cross, may have jumped off sides. He did, so that will give them the 5 back. So, in essence, that was a no gain.
No gain. But still, the Colts are going to have to do something here to open up that run game because the Pirates are just right there in the backfield with the Colts.
3 receivers set out of the spread, 2nd and 10. Chew to throw. He's being flushed out of the pocket to his right. Fires deep downfield, and it is caught by Tittle on the run, 35-30. Foot race, nobody's going to catch him. This is a 70-yard touchdown pass from Marquez Chew to Devin Tittle, and it's with 7-6 with 4:55 left to play in the first quarter.
As soon as we said they're going to have to do something to open it up, a 70-yard pass play. What a play by Rivercrest.
Wow. On the run, fired it on the money. I mean, he hit Tittle in stride. And that was all she wrote, a nice little slant route that Tittle ran. And he got wide open as they were flushing Chew out of the pocket. I'd say that would be a pretty good QBR rating, 1 for 1, 70 yards and a touchdown. And Gosnell jumped off sides. So that'll move it half the distance. And now the offense trotting back out on the field. So Rivercrest will go for 2 now that the ball, in essence, will be on the 1 yard line.
It's a good thing because he went ahead and kicked that, and it was wide to the left.
And now we have a whistle and a timeout taken by Rivercrest. They couldn't get lined up correctly, so they'll take the timeout. 4:55 left to play in the opening quarter. 7-6. Gosnell with the lead. We'll keep it here as there will be a point after try coming, a 2-point after try. What a throw by Marquez Chu. He was on the run, and I mean, he fired a strike.
And it was right, like you say, a strike right on the money there to Tittle. Tittle had a nice little slant going, and when he broke, that is all she wrote. No one was near him when he crossed the goal line.
So 2 early scores tonight. Don't know if that's a precursor for things to come. Maybe an offensive showdown here tonight, even though both teams pride themselves in playing good defense.
Well, again, keys of the game, rivalry game.
Rivalry game.
And, you know, these 2 head coaches know each other. These 2 schools know each other. I think this is what we're going to be looking forward to.
Rivercrest, no stranger to big-time football in Arkansas high school. There's an NFL Hall of Famer from Rivercrest by the name of Cortez Kennedy, so they know how to play some football in Rivercrest.
Yes.
Chu, handoff, and
he got it.
Second effort by Cecil Langston, and he carried about 3 Gosnell tacklers into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and with 4:55 left to play in the opening quarter, it's Rivercrest 8, Gosnell 7. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
A 2-play, 65-yard drive, a 65-yard touchdown pass from Marquez Chu to Devin Tittle, and a 2-point conversion capped it off. So it's 8-7 Rivercrest leading Gosnell. And number 58, Ryan Rogers, set to kick it away. And that's going to go out of bounds, and that will give the Pirates good field position.
Kicked out of bounds about the 45-yard line.
I had 70 written down, but I forgot they got that penalty that put it back at the 35, so it is officially a 65-yard touchdown pass. Good crowd here tonight, Wes, as you would expect. The hometown stands are pretty much packed. Across the way, the Rivercrest Colts have a good number that they brought with them. They're pretty packed over there. Nice weather. A little warm for football, but nothing unbearable like it was in week 1.
And those little voices you may hear, the Gosnell's got the Pee Wee cheerleaders over here to our left tonight, Chris.
Griffin rolls out to his right, fires complete to number 4, Mike Gates. Out to the 44-yard line, so that was a gain of 21. And Dwight Griffin early on, 3 out of 4. Handoff to Anderson. Has a nice hole across the 40. Down close to the 35-yard line goes Anderson.
First down. They're going to say spot him a little short, second down.
So they spot him at the 35. That's 9 yards for Anderson. And it'll be second down and 1. Actually, second and less than a yard. It's inside the 35. 3 receivers set for the Pirates. And Griffin will keep, bounces it outside, now cuts it back in. And he's down close to the 30-yard line. Actually, they will mark him down right on the 30, so 4 yards for Griffin. That's a first down. With 4:05 left to play in the opening quarter. And we have a whistle and a timeout on the field. Gosnell takes its first timeout. 3:52 left to play in the opening quarter. 8-7 Rivercrest. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Well, what do you think so far right now, Chris, coming back out of that break?
Pretty good offense so far from both teams. Pirates went down and scored on their first possession. Rivercrest came right back on the 65-yard strike to Tittle. And now here's the Pirates going right back down the field. They're at the Rivercrest 30-yard line. First down. And Griffin wants to throw. Rolling out, being chased. Fires deep, and it is incomplete.
He was throwing that one away.
Yep, everybody was covered, and that was a good decision by Griffin to throw it out of the back of the end zone.
Quick announcement, if you want to participate in the 50-50 draw,
Good coverage that time downfield, too, by the Colts. Everybody was covered. Griffin has opened up 3 out of 5 for 49 yards and a touchdown, and Chew 1 for 1, 65 yards and a touchdown. So ball is being put in the air quite a bit tonight so far. Griffin end around, and he breaks the tackle. Still on his feet, number 25. Ronnie McShann.
I thought he was going to cut back the first time. He saw that lane getting covered up, and he went back outside and got about another 10 yards out of that. What a run there.
So he gets down to the 15-yard line. That's 15 yards. And a first down at the 15-yard line with 3:36 left to play in the opening quarter. We had a good one last week in Mark Tree, and looks like so far tonight this one's going to be a good one. Griffin fakes the handoff to Anderson, goes straight up the middle. He's going to be close to a first down.
Ball came out, and the official said he was already down. They already spotted him down.
So Griffin down close to the 5. Looks like they marked him down at about the 7. So 8 yards for Griffin. Second and 2. Four receivers set, and we have a flag. false start against the Pirates. So that'll make it 2nd and 7 as opposed to 2nd and 2.
For a complete schedule of prep football in Tubetown, log on to our website, www.tubetownonline.com. The full schedule is on the homepage. You can also order DVD copies of all of our high school sports programming. Again, it's www.tubetownonline.com.
High snap, Griffin controls it. Goes straight up the middle, still going. The Powell pushing. And that's going to be close to a first down. He gets most of those 7 back. But I see a flag on the far side down at about the 14-yard line. So let's see what the call is here. Another false start. So that'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Not what you want to see, and Gosnell's taking a timeout here.
Well, we'll step aside with them. 2:43 left to play in the opening quarter. 8-7 Rivercrest. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
You can watch the Arkansas Razorbacks as they host the Huskies from Northern Illinois tomorrow night, 6 o'clock on ESPNU, Ritter Channel 125.
An impressive ground attack last week by the Hogs.
Oh, you gotta love that.
Love it.
You know, you have some of the people saying, well, they should have thrown more. Why? The run game was working. You know, they're saying, well, you can't do that in the SEC. Well, you might if you have a game like what those 3 had last week.
There's an old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And 2nd and 12 for the Pirates. Man in motion, and now Griffin wants to throw. Rolling to his right. Fires into the end zone. Jump bobbled and incomplete. They're going to say that he was bobbling and he went out of bounds. He did not have control of the football, so an incomplete.
That'll be a 3rd and long here for the Pirates.
And the band is not aware that they didn't score. I think the band thinks they scored. But it's 3rd down and 12 for the Pirates. And that was a good call by the official. And we have another flag. Substitution infraction, yep. Broke the huddle with 12 men. And another Gosnell timeout. They are out of timeouts with 2:35 left to play in the opening quarter. We'll keep it here as it will probably only be a 30-second timeout. Head coach for the Pirates,
Gary Moody, is
not happy right now, Wes.
Because he sees them shooting themselves in the foot right now with all these penalties where they're going backwards. It was a, first and, I think Rivercrest gave them a 1st and short. Now it's all the way back to 3rd and 16.
3 straight. Well, you had 2 straight penalties. Then you had the incompletion, another penalty. So 3 penalties basically with 1 play getting ran. And 3 timeouts being taken, 2 by Gary Moody. And if you're Kelly Chandler, you have to be ecstatic right now on the Rivercrest sideline.
Yeah, because you know that Coach Moody's out of timeouts now for the rest of the half, and you're up a point. Your defense is playing a lot better than they did the first series.
So 3rd down and 11 at the 16. Man in motion. Griffin gives on an end around, and we have 2 flags fly in. 2 more flags fly in. The handoff is to number 25, Ronnie McShann.
Well, these are going to be against Gosnell because I saw him asking. He had 2 of them. Which one did you want to block in the back?
Block in the back is declined.
That's what it was. The same one. Block in the back.
So they're going to take the net. They're going to take the net of that play, which is was a loss of 5.
Got our first area scoring for the night. And for the first time that I can remember this season, reading the scores off, Greene County Tech, the Golden Eagles, have a 7-0 lead at Kennett.
Go Eagles. That's my son's alma mater. Griffin the throw. He is hit as soon as he threw, and that is incomplete.
A turnover on downs.
So a turnover on downs, what looked like a promising drive to start out the as they marched from their own 35 down into the red zone, and we have another flag. Illegal man downfield, but illegal receiver downfield, but they're going to decline that, and it will be first down for Rivercrest. So a good start to the drive and a terrible finish for the Pirates. And now the Colts will start
waiting on the chain game. They hadn't moved yet.
So 1st and 10 at their own.
Like around the 20.
Chew fires a little swing pass to Tittle across the 20. Ooh, and he is driven, and when I say driven, I mean driven out of bounds by number 6, Jordan Canty, and number 9, Dwight Griffin. So a gain of 3.
Looks like he gained about 3 there. That was a nice hit by the Pirate defense there.
That may make the 2-minute drill next week. Little tease. Hand off to Langston. Nice hole.
Nice.
Should be enough for the first down at the 30.
Nice dive trying to get the first down. He said his knee was down before he lunged that ball.
So he gets 6, and they're going to mark him just shy a left foot spot. And it's 3rd down and 1. And Chew will keep, and he's not going to get it. Nice defense that time. Led by Albert Boyd. A loss of 2 for Chew.
So bring it 4th and 3.
4th and 3, and they're keeping the offense out on the field. This is a gamble, folks. Huge gamble here for Kelly Chandler. 4th and 3. A minute 25 left,
and they got on the move.
Wow. DeQuez Murphy gives Rivercrest a first down.
And he knew it. As soon as he lunged, he knew it.
And I'm not sure what the locker rooms for Gosnell look like on the inside, but there won't be any paint on the walls after halftime tonight. You can bet on that. Chew hands off to Langston, breaks a tackle, but not the second tackle.
Looks like it's still going to be a loss.
So a loss of 2 for Langston.
Make it a second.
At the 32-yard line. With a minute and 9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Under center now is Chew. Little quick hitter to number 40, Austin Griffin.
Again, that run game is not there for the Colts.
He gets positive yardage. Give him 3 yards. 3rd down and 9, though, at the 35-yard line for the Rivercrest Colts. Chew to throw. Fires out in the flat, complete to Griffin. He's going to be short of the first down, though. He gets up to the 40. That'll be a gain of 5 to Griffin.
So the question is are they going to go for it? Looks like, from what I can see here, looking at where the 4 and where the yard marker is, about 4 yards there.
So 4th and about 3, and they're taking advantage of Gosnell not having any timeouts by getting to the line quickly and running a hurry up. But they're not going to get the play off, as that will be the end of the first quarter with the horn sounding. Your score, an exciting first quarter with the score, Rivercrest 8, Gosnell 7. We'll be back for the second set of 12 right after this. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
We'd like to thank our great sponsors who made tonight's telecast possible: Armor Seed, Farmers Bank and Trust, and I Care Truman. If you're interested in being a sponsor for any of our prep sports, call Marcus Carlson at 870-336-2318.
8-7 Rivercrest. 4th down and we'll call it a long 2, just outside their own 40. Rivercrest 1 for 1 on 4th downs. Look like they're trying a hard count again. And now Rivercrest, are they going to punt? Rivercrest is going to punt now. So Austin Griffin drops back into punt formation, 5 on the play clock. And I think
they just called their second timeout.
And now Rivercrest calls their second timeout. We'll keep it here as we haven't even had a play here in the second quarter. Exciting first set of 12.
Probably the most exciting set of 12 we've had so far this year on Tubetown, Chris. Telling you, and like you said earlier, Coach Moody is not a happy coach right now for the Pirates. You got to be happy if you're Coach Chandler. Right now you're 0-2 on the year, but you are Gosnell is number 7 according to Hooten's rankings, and you got a lead after 1 quarter.
Well, you're trying to get a win going in the conference. You want to have some confidence going into your conference schedule. You don't want to be 0-3. You would at least like to have 1 win on the board going into your conference schedule. So Austin Griffin standing at his own 27-yard line. End over end kick. Going to take a bit of a Rivercrest bounce and down at the 35-yard line. So
we'll see what Gosnell can do. Let's see which Gosnell offense comes out.
24-yard punt, no return.
Is it the offense that went down the field and scored in a hurry the first time around? It's the one that shot themselves in the foot in the second series.
Well, they were driving on that second series as well. Got down into the red zone and just absolutely fell apart.
Just shot themselves in the foot with penalties.
They asked themselves, "Are you ready?" And I guess they weren't.
No.
So first down, handoff Anderson, left side. And he's going to have a nice little run on first down across the 40.
One thing I've noticed about both these defensives so far tonight, Chris, they know how to get the defender down, or excuse me, the offensive player down. They know how to wrap them up to get a tackle.
43-yard line, a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Griffin, handoff again. This time it's number 2, Tiberius Real, and he is dragging tacklers all the way to the Rivercrest 39-yard line.
He gained 7 yards on that just by sheer will.
18 yards for Tiberius Real. So Gosnell driving at the 39-yard line. See big number 77 for Rivercrest right there in the middle of the line. That's Freddie Ware, 6'2", 344 as Griffin rolls out to the right, fires incomplete. Intended for Miller, excuse me. And now Griffin has missed on his last 4. We saw a quarterback miss 11 straight last week. Sideline warning against Gosnell. I think that's a long way to, I guess they thought they were getting backed up because that's a long way to start your huddle. Play clock down to 7 already, and they're just now getting to the line. They're going to have to hurry. They do. And the give is to Reel again, and he's dragging tacklers again. Look. Wow. Reel dragged about 5 Colts down to the 33-yard line, so a gain of 6.
So it makes it about, what, a 3rd and 3, would you say?
3rd and 4.
3rd and 4?
Or 2nd down. 3rd down, you're right, 3rd down. Tiberius Reel is 6 foot 175, but obviously he has some strong leg strength. It's like an inverted wishbone set maybe. And a give to Anderson. He's got the 1st down and more across the 30. Down to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 5 for Anderson, and that's a 1st down for Gosnell. And here they are again, Wes, driving the football inside the Rivercrest 30.
And that Freddie Ware's not happy with himself right now for Rivercrest. Looking over there, and he's beating himself up, something fierce.
Wingback formation here on 1st down. Play action, rolling to his left is Griffin. He has a man open in the end zone, fires! Incomplete, he was out of bounds. Led him a little too much. Intended for number 6, Jordan Canty. He was open.
He was open, has a great throw, just led him just a little bit outside and could not come down with it in bounds.
And that was to hit the weak side shoulder, if you will. He's right-handed, and he was throwing off his left side and put good velocity on that football. Griffin showing a pretty good arm there. 6 foot 180. I'm sure he's going to have a few small college offers. He can run it as well, has good wheels. Toss to Anderson. Picks up a block. May have been too good of a block if the flag was thrown right.
Yeah, that's going to be blocking the bag by the Pirates there.
A hold. So here we go again. Gosnell getting inside the 30, and here come the flags.
Mike Gates is who picked up that hold that time for the Pirates.
That's a spot foul. And that will back the Pirates up to back to the 38-yard line. So 2nd down and 19 at the 38. A little bit of a power eye set here for Gosnell as play action, and Griffin fires down the left side, and it is incomplete. Threw it into double coverage. Number 11, Devin Tittle. Number 6, Bruce Parker was back. And the reason that ball was not a touchdown, Wes, he was hit as he threw the football. Had he had a clean pocket to throw out of, that probably would have been a touchdown because the man got behind the defense.
Yeah, I was watching the quarterback play down there. I did not. That's why I was not seeing the near interception down here, because I was looking to see if they were going to get him for a late flag. They didn't, but I was looking to see.
So 3rd and 20 at the 37-yard line. More than likely they'll have to throw it here. Griffin, 3-step drop. Fires out into the flat. It's complete. Inside the 30 to number 25, Ronnie McShann, to the 28. So they got 9. And that breaks a string of 6 incompletions in a row by Griffin, but still 4th and long. But you're in no man. I mean, you gotta try from here. There's no benefit to punting, and you're not in field goal range, really. It'd be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Not in small high school, anyway. So 4th down. Wishbone.
Well, he's trying to call timeout, and officially, you don't have any.
Griffin wants to throw, rolls out to his right. Stops and fires deep over the middle and is incomplete.
So that's 2 times now the Colts have stopped them on 4th down.
Intended for Tiberius Real, and the Colts will start 1st down at their own 28 with 9:09 left to play in the first half. Stay with us at halftime. Stats, scores, and more on the Armor Seed halftime show. Toss is put on the ground, and let's see. A scramble.
It's still
on the ground. And picked up by,
I think it's going to be Gosnell.
So Gosnell recovers the fumble.
Ronnie McShann, 25, picked it up.
How about that Pirate defense?
So the first true turnover of the night. We've had 2 turnovers on downs on 4th down, but that's a miscue turnover. And the Pirates will start at the 22 of Rivercrest.
That might be the spark the Pirates need, Chris.
1st down at the 22-yard line. Candy to the top of your screen, Real at the bottom of your screen. 4 receiver set. Griffin straight keep down to the 15. He fumbles, and it's picked up by Rivercrest. So number 6, Bruce Parker, covers the Dwight Griffin fumble, and he's holding his hamstring.
He's trying to find an official to give the ball to.
He's limping a little bit. Looks like he's holding his hamstring. He limps off the field. So we'll have to check on that. And with 8:53 left, Rivercrest will put it back in play. Chew under center, I formation. Give to Langston. Gets it outside of the 20, 25, 30-foot race, 35, 40, 45, 50. 40, they're not going to catch him. Langston is going to go the distance. 85-yard touchdown, Cecil Langston.
What a run by Cecil Langston. He put on the afterburners there, and there was no Pirate going to catch him.
85-yard touchdown run, and it's the big plays right now for Rivercrest.
Yeah, the 65-yard toss and then the 85-yard run.
14-7 Rivercrest, 8:38 left to play first half. And on for the extra point is number 58, Ryan Rogers. He is also the kickoff man. And now Gosnell, guess what? They jumped off sides.
So will Rivercrest, Kelly Chandler go for the 2-point conversion again this time?
I'm not seeing any indication of it as of yet. They're going to give them about a yard on the penalty, so this is in essence about a 18.5-yard point after try. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. 8:38 left to play in the first half. Your score, Rivercrest 15, Gosnell 7. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
55 yards, 15 seconds. If you want to call it a drive, that's not much. That's not really a drive because it's only one play.
It's not really a drive, but boy, what a play.
I'm telling you. Big plays for Rivercrest so far tonight. Not doing a whole lot else otherwise with the offense, but the big play has stricken the Pirates twice. And Rogers set to kick it away. Back deep is Ray Cruz. And they kick it to the left at the 33. Broken tackle, still on his feet. Look out! Oop.
Nice kickoff return.
But a nice return nonetheless, almost to midfield for number 22, Thomas Pugh.
Area score of interest, Highland has a 6-0 lead over Earl. We got those Rebels next week as they go to Westside to take on the Warriors.
We'll be in Bono next week out at Westside. Westside looking to make the playoffs for the third straight year. Highland always a powerhouse in the 4A3.
Highland always a powerhouse. They have two D1 signees. One's going to play for the Razorbacks, the other for the Red Wolves.
Dion Stewart and Avery Johnson are the young men you're talking about, and let's see what we have here. An official discussion for something. Didn't see a timeout being signaled. Still shows Rivercrest with a timeout. I know they've taken two.
It looks like
both teams are huddling up though.
Jonesboro and Bates, let's see, quarterback run makes it 14-7 Jonesboro at the end of one over Batesville. Now, that'd been a good game also to cover.
Batesville a 5A powerhouse. In the 5A East, it seems like every year it's Batesville and Wynn, and this will be no exception this year. Wynn ranked number 1 in the 5A, depending on which publication you see.
And Jonesboro's been right there with the 6A. Randy Coleman's done a good job with the Hurricanes.
Semi-finalist last year and was within a couple of plays of making it to Little Rock. Randy Coleman has turned that program around in Jonesboro. A little toss to McShann to the 50, 45, still on his feet, and he puts the ball on the ground, and Rivercrest has come up with another fumble, and a flag come flying in at the end of the play. Number 65, Hunter Malone recovered the fumble.
I believe the flag was after the play because he threw it up in the air like it was a dead ball. So they're going to say Rivercrest recovered.
Yep. Personal foul against the Colts, though, so that will back. They had good field position at about the 43. That'll back them up to the 28, though, so.
Colt football, ball spotted on the.
I wonder if there's a little chipping going on afterwards down there. That's one of those when someone says something. It was like I say, it was after the play.
This is very uncharacteristic of Gosnell. They are a well-coached football team, and they are just, for whatever reason tonight, maybe you would think, though, that the adrenaline would be worn off by now and just play football.
Yes.
Chew, a toss to Langston. Across the 40, 45, knocked down at about the 46. That'll be a gain of 8 for Langston.
Of course, it's our first time here this year, but I wonder if this is why they call them, the comeback kids from last week.
Langston 97 yards on 6 carries unofficially so far here in the first half. The 85-yard touchdown run made up most of those. Second down and 2 at the 33 at the 36. Give to Griffin. He's the first man through. He's going to be short of the first down. He got a couple. At the 37-yard line, close to the 38. It'll bring up third down and 1. And I would expect another run here. Man in motion. And now Chew looks over for an audible. Changes the play. Play clock at 7. Give to Langston. He's got the first down and more across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 3 for Langston.
The primary sponsor for Tubetown Sports is Armor Seed, quality soybean, corn, wheat, and rice seed for Northeast Arkansas's farmers. Start strong, plant Armor with Armor Seed.
First down at the 41. I formation, give Langston. On the left side, he's going to get up to about the 44. That'll be 3 more for Langston. .6:30 left to play in the opening half. And here's another score of area interest. The Brooklyn Bearcats and the Manila Lions, no score in the second quarter. Give to Langston as he tries the middle. He's going to be across the 45 to the 46. A gain of 2 for Langston. We've already seen Manila this year. We have Brooklyn in late October.
I believe when Truman comes to town.
Brooklyn 1-1 on the young season. Manila 0-2. So third down and Chew to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his left. He's going to keep. Breaks a tackle, now runs back to his right, still on his feet. Now he's going to throw deep down the field. He's got a man. It's caught by Griffin on a first down. What a play by Marquez Chew to keep it alive. Holy cow. That right there,
that is
play of the game nominee.
That right there is why Marquez Chew was all conference last year.
A flag on the play at the 45-yard line. That one may be coming back. I bet that's going to be a hold or an illegal receiver downfield.
It's coming back.
When you run around that long and they're illegal receiver downfield, the offensive line trying to keep their blocks, and when you run around that much, you will a lot of times see an illegal receiver downfield.
That was still a heck of a play by Chew. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
So the ball is spotted back at the 41-yard line, and 3rd down and 10 as they need just inside Gosnell territory. 3-step drop for Chew. Fires down the sidelines, and it is batted down, almost caught and almost intercepted. A nice job there by Tiberius Reel on the coverage. And that's the first incompletion for Chew tonight.
Looks like they're going to bring the punt team on.
They are now at the half already, Brooklyn and Manila, no score.
Offensive powerhouses up there.
4th and 10, and Austin Griffin standing at his own 27 to punt it away. Low snap, but he got it nicely. Almost blocked, but he got a nice punt away. And it's going to be picked up and dropped. Now he picks it back up. Oh, boy. Not a smart decision that time by Tiberius Real, but he avoided disaster. As Real will be marked down at the, looks like 21-yard line. 43-yard punt, 4-yard return. And ball at the 21 for Gosnell.
Stay with us for the Armor Seed halftime show. We'll have stats, analysis, and a special tribute you don't want to miss.
McShann in motion, Griffin on a keep, straight up the middle. And he will get to the 26-yard line, a gain of 5 for Griffin.
2nd and 6.
"31 yards on 5 carries for Griffin unofficially out of the QB spot. 4 out of 12 in the air. 58 yards and a touchdown. Griffin a keep again. And he looks like he's got the first down and more out to the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 6. And a first down. And now
referee signals move the chains. That's enough for a Gosnell Pirate.
The clock will stop with 4:18 to reset the chains. And now it goes back into motion. Griffin wants to throw, fires, and it is incomplete. Ball was tipped.
Pass incomplete.
He comes up hobbling a little bit.
McShann limping a little bit off the sideline, off to the side.
They're running the score up at Cooksey Johns, 21-14 Jonesboro. 9:30 left to go in that first half.
Wow. That may be a 52-48 game, something like that. Griffin, toss, Anderson has a nice hole, breaks it to the 35, across the 40, and across the 45 goes Anderson. What do we have here? If the play stands, it'll be a gain of 14. A false start against the Pirates. I didn't even see the flag.
I didn't either.
I never saw a flag fly. But a false start nonetheless against the Pirates. So negate the 14-yard run and make it a -5 penalty. So that's in essence a 19-yard penalty. So back to the 28-yard line, second and 15. Griffin under center, play action. Fires down the left side, and it is incomplete. Threw it into double coverage again. 7, Marquez Chu. 11, Devin Tittle was right there.
3rd and long situation here for the Pirates. They're 2 out of 3 in 3rd down conversions tonight.
Four receivers in the formation. 3 to the near side. Griffin, a little toss to Anderson, has a nice hole. 30, 35, 40, 50, 45. Rivercrest 40, covers it up. all the way down to the Rivercrest 32-yard line. That is a gain of 41 yards on third down for Anderson.
And don't you know, Coach Moody's glad that Anderson's just a junior this year. He'll be back again next year because he is explosive once he gets around that corner.
That is the 6th play of more than 10 yards tonight for Gosnell.
And we got a timeout called. The coach called their last timeout.
We'll take it with them. 3:19 left to play in the first half. 15-7 your score. Rivercrest with the lead. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
If you're on Twitter, go to @Tubetown21. Follow us and let us know where you're watching the game from using the hashtag RVR versus GOS. And we'll try to read your tweets live here tonight.
If you're not watching this game, you should be. It's a great game. Rivalry game, 7 plays of 15 yards or more between the two teams. Big plays has been the theme tonight. Handoff. And down to the 21-yard line goes number 24, Michael Miller. That's close to a first down. That's going to be 9 yards for Miller.
Halftime EPC, the Warriors are over Marianna 32-6.
We'll have EPC this year. Twice, I believe.
Twice. We'll have them once at home against Cross County and once at Mark Tree with another big rivalry.
That'll be on Halloween night. That may be a little spooky that night. Hand off to Anderson. Big hole. Left side into the middle. Down inside the 10, inside the 5. Still going. Touchdown!
Once again, Anderson just powering past all the Colt defenders there for the rushing touchdown.
22-yard touchdown run for Brian Anderson. And Gosnell may go for 2 to try to get the tie as they're down 15-13 with 2:28 left to play in the first half. And they will keep the offense out on the field. So Gosnell will go for 2 to try to tie things up.
You think it may be a little early to do this?
If you're going for the tie, probably not. And that was real easy.
That was real easy for him.
2-point conversion is good. 2:28 left to play in the first half. Your score, Rivercrest 15, Gosnell 15. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Chris Benson and Wes Cisco back here at J.W. Ray Stadium, otherwise known affectionately to the local folks as the Pirate Ship. And the Pirate Ship is full tonight. Not many more people can get in here. It's full on the home side.
It's full on the home side. You look over on the other side of where the Colts faithful are sitting, and you don't see too many empty seats over there either. Chris, we got us a ball game.
We certainly do. 8 plays, 239, and a 31-yard touchdown run 22-yard touchdown run by Anderson to cap it off, and Langston returns it across the 20 to the 20, well, right at the 20-yard line, and Rivercrest will have 2:22 to try to get the lead before halftime. No timeouts, but the Rivercrest Colts have used the big play tonight for their touchdowns.
They sure have. Another area to score. Valley View is trailing at the half to Central Arkansas Christian by 2 touchdowns. It's 21-7 Mustangs over the Blazers.
Valley View in the 5A East this year. Things are going to be quite a bit tougher than where they were last year. Chew gives to Langston, breaks a tackle, broke another tackle, still on his feet. First down, still breaking tacklers. He broke 3 tackles on his way to a 16-yard gain.
I'm telling you, Marquise Chew is having a heck of a game. Another one of those seniors for Coach Kelly Chandler's Colts.
10 carries for Langston here in the first half, and he's already over 100 yards. Tittle on the end around, and he's going to get a couple.
There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's around the offensive holding side. Not sure.
Illegal block in the back, so that'll negate the 2-yard run. And back it up 10 yards to the 25-yard line, so that'll make it first down and 21. So first and 21 for the Colts with 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Chew fakes, toss to Tittle out in the flat, breaks a tackle, 35-40, foot race. Does he have the angle? He cuts back, and he is gone. Holy cow, another huge play for the Rivercrest Colts. 75-yard touchdown pass, and Tittle now has 2 receptions of over 65 yards for touchdowns tonight.
And he just juked Tavidius Reel out of his shoes to get that score.
3 catches, 143 yards for Devin Tittle so far in the first half, and that is the 3rd play that Rivercrest has hit of 65 yards or better here in the first half.
And that was on a 1st and 21.
That is what you have. That right there is good yak, because that pass was about 1 yard downfield before Tittle took off. Point after is good, and with 1:41 left to play in the first half, it's Rivercrest 22, Gosnell 15. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
1:41 left to play in the first half. 22-15, Rivercrest with the lead. This is a heavyweight title fight right now, Wes.
It's who can take out how many blows or knockout blows from the opponent. Wow.
Big punches are being thrown by both teams here tonight.
Well,
Anderson.
Kerry used to say, holy cow.
It's a beautiful night for football. And a squib kick will be taken at about the 35-yard line, returned to about the 38. And Gosnell will have 1:35. 3 plays, 80 yards on the last drive, a 75-yard touchdown toss from Chew to Tittle. And way the big play has gone tonight, I would say that Gosnell certainly has a good chance to score before half. Man in motion. Little toss on the ground. Picked up by Anderson. He reverses field, and he is tackled down by number 15, Peyton Adams. A very nice tackle, and Anderson is slow to get up. That loss is going all the way back to the 24-yard line. That is a loss of 14 yards.
He was almost, probably should have been better on him just to go ahead and just dive on that ball when it was on the ground. Wouldn't have lost as many yards that way.
Even the losses are big losses in tonight's game. Griffin to throw. Fires complete out on the flat. Still on his feet. Across the 40-yard line. Number 23, T.J. Anderson.
And that's still third down, and they cannot stop the clock.
17 yards to Anderson, so third down with 25 and the clock still rolling. Griffin deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete.
Just over the line. Stop the clock over 16 seconds.
That's going to give Gosnell one more try with 16 seconds left on the clock before half.
They're at the 43-yard line, so it's fourth down and about 5. You could get the first down, get the clock stopped, and then try to take a shot into the end zone. So you're more worried about just picking up a first down here.
And getting out of bounds.
Griffin to throw. And that's underthrown, and it's going to be incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Good coverage there by the Colts, number 7, Marquise Chew. And then that time, the receiver, Gordon Chancey, had to play like he was the defender to keep it from being intercepted.
So 9.8 seconds left to play in the first half. 43-yard line is the line of scrimmage of the Pirates, where Rivercrest will take over. And I see no reason for Rivercrest not to take a shot right here.
No,
I certainly would.
Thing.
I would certainly take a shot. Chew fires, incomplete, intended for number 12, Henry Hill. That looked like they may have been setting up the hook and ladder right there.
They still got 5 seconds to do something else here.
That had the looks of a hook and ladder type play. Langston was going around to the sideline and looked like Hill was going to catch and toss. So 5.8 left, second down. Might as well throw it as far as you can right here. And Chew steps up, fires deep middle, and it is incomplete. And the horn sounds, and that'll take us to the end of a very exciting first half here at JWA Stadium. With your halftime score, Rivercrest 22, Gosnell 15. Stick around for the halftime show. Coming up next, you're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Ritter Communications gives you a universe of TV shows. And now TiVo brings you even more. Movies, music, and videos from the web. Get it all in one place and take it anywhere life takes you. Any show, any screen, anywhere. Introducing the TiVo Experience.
Call Ritter Communications today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels and bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
Referee blows the whistle, and it's a short pooch kick, and taken at about the 42-yard line. Normal offense, and Gilbert fires a screen pass complete to Gilbert, and it is a touchdown! Mark Tree. Daniels hands off to Gilbert, has a hole left side, big hole, foot race, 10-5, touchdown! Mark Tree. Hag gives to Versey. Cuts it inside, and let's see.
I see a touchdown indicator over here.
We do have a near side official signaling for the touchdown. Second down at the 13-yard line, and this will have to go into the end zone, or not. This is Griffin. He may get to the end zone, though. He breaks a tackle, and he is in for the touchdown. Harrisburg on the march. Hag gives to the big fullback McGill, dragging tacklers, and he is in for the touchdown. Hag going to keep, and he's going to spin and get the first down. Outstanding second effort that time by Connor Hag. He was wrapped up just shy.
They're calling that a touchdown.
A touchdown? He got in. 2nd and 10, Daniels to throw. Fires complete to Griffin, trying to get outside, loses, here comes more containment. He gets around the outside, and it is a touchdown! An exciting first set of 24, West Cisco, 22-15. Rivercrest out on top. The big play has been the theme tonight.
Big plays, on both sides, on offense and on defense, because there were some big stops by the Colt defense. The Pirate defense had them that first drive, and then all of a sudden the offensive fireworks just went off.
Another big thing. Well, Rivercrest has run 3 plays tonight that have hit for 65 yards or longer. Devin Tittle has 3 receptions for 143 yards in the first half, and most of those were yak yards. Most of those were short completions that he just took off and put on the afterburners going to the house.
And there was no stopping him once he got those legs going. He turned those afterburners on. That was all she wrote.
Another huge theme in the first half tonight has been Gosnell's penalties.
Yeah, they've gone into the red zone a couple of times and absolutely just shot themselves in the foot.
Take a look at our halftime stats. Rivercrest throwing the football 4 of 7, 148 yards. Gosnell 5 of 17 for 75 yards. Rivercrest 118 yards on the ground on 15 carries. Gosnell 172 yards on the ground, so both teams well over 200 yards in offense on 21 carries. Penalties, look at that, 13 penalties tonight. 7 for 62 for Rivercrest, 6 for 32 for Gosnell. But a lot of Gosnell's penalties have been declined as well, though, because they happened on 3rd down and 4th down. So they not really showing up as a number of penalties.
And another thing that the numbers don't show that, Chris, is when they were at the bad time for them. They were in the red zone and they were false starts or illegal man downfield, something like that. Something that's preventable that before the snap or that you don't need.
Well, a penalty is never about the 5 yards that you lost on the flag. There's always more yards built into it, the hidden yards that you don't see. And those 6 penalties have probably actually cost Gosnell more like 75 or 80 yards of total offense. 22-15 here at the half. Rivercrest with a lead. We're going to step aside and we will come back right after these messages. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Ritter Communications gives you a universe of TV shows. And now TiVo brings you even more. Movies, music, and videos from the web. Get it all in one place and take it anywhere life takes you. Any show, any screen, anywhere. Introducing the TiVo Experience.
Call Ritter Communications today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels in bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
Chris Benson and West Cisco back at the half, 22-15. Rivercrest with the lead here at the half. And right now we have the Gosnell Pirate Marching Band for a little bit of your halftime entertainment.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited to watch a little college football tomorrow night, Chris, when the Razorbacks take on the Northern Illinois Huskies from Razorback Stadium. That's going to be on Tubetown Channel 125 on ESPNU. Hogs looked pretty good against Cliff Kingsbury's Red Raiders last week.
Yeah, their ground game was just more than what Texas Tech could handle last week, and Brandon Allen only had 61 yards passing, but you got to think that Northern Illinois, even though they're pretty stout against the run, that they're still going to have to stack the box, and they probably will stack the box and force Brandon Allen to do more than 61 yards like Texas Tech did for Arkansas to win tomorrow.
But like we were talking about earlier, last week, some people wondered why Brandon Allen didn't go ahead and pass more. That was because they couldn't stop Alex Collins and Jonathan Williams.
Well, in the second half last week, Arkansas just ran and just grinded the time off the clock, and Texas Tech didn't get any possessions to score really. So we'll see. Northern Illinois has an 18-game road winning streak too, so they're not going to be intimidated coming to Fayetteville tomorrow.
No, they have the longest road winning streak in the country. Like you said, they're not going to be intimidated coming into Razorback Stadium.
And as we look at our Tubetown high school football schedule, next week, these two teams, first of all, the Rivercrest Colts, they will be at home next week in the Cotton Patch against Corning as they open up 3A3 conference play. And Gosnell will open up 4A3 conference play next week at Brooklyn against the Bearcats. And on paper, that looks like that should be pretty much an easy win for the Gosnell Pirates.
Then again, that's why you play the game out on the field. So
one score of interest involving those Brooklyn Bearcats, Manila, with their first lead of the 2014 campaign. They lead at 8-0 with 8:33 left in the third quarter up in Brooklyn. We're going to step aside and take a break. We'll come back after we pay a few bills. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Ritter Communications gives you a universe of TV shows. And now TiVo brings you even more. Movies, music, and videos from the web. Get it all in one place and take it anywhere life takes you. Any show, any screen, anywhere. Introducing the TiVo Experience.
Call Ritter Communications today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels in bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
We here at Ritter Communications in Tubetown would like to express our heartfelt condolences to the family of Gosnell native Chuck Wilder. Chuck lost his battle with cancer last week, and we, along with everyone else that knew Chuck, will greatly miss him. Chuck gave us many memorable moments here on Tubetown over the last few years, and we'd like now to show you a small sample of how Chuck touched our lives.
I remember you learning, counting fingers and toes. You got 10 of these and 10 of those. You starting over, do you got it right? I'll always remember little things in your life, like the first time I saw you holding your hand. Your chest swelled out, feeling like a man. Your heart got broke, I tried telling you then that all good things gotta come to an end. That you'd be alright, just give it 10 more minutes. Just give me 10 more of you holding my hand, and 10 more of talking man to man, and 10 more of hearing Christmas wishes, and 10 more of us going fishing, and 10 more of you asking about girls, and 10 more of you being my world, just 10 more of me being your dad. Oh God, what I give for just 10 more.
And I saw you down there trying to hop on that John Deere kids train ride. You need to let those kids have fun first.
Hey, I even tried. They even tried rubbing me down with Crisco, and I couldn't fit into the buckets this year. I don't know what's going on with that, but maybe a little bit too much eating. I don't know. All right. Hey, and don't forget the funnel cakes, fried Twinkies, fried Oreos. There's just all kinds of food out here today.
Why'd you have to mention it?
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to get out here and spend some money now.
I'm sorry, man.
Thanks a lot, Sean.
And act like I'm Santa, Mike, and tell me what you want for Christmas, and I'll let Miss Bonita know.
Well, you know, that's really difficult for me, Chuck, because I think of you as more like Scrooge.
Oh, come on, Mike. Hi, look who we got right here. And your name?
My name is Mason McGuirk, and I'm Miss Northeast Arkansas. Maggie Benton, Miss Lexington the Delta. Haven Cagle, Miss Northeast Arkansas at Standing Team.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, a slate full of beauties right here. And what's your name, young lady?
Trinity.
Trinity. And where are you from?
Bible.
You're wanting to be on TV, right? And what do you like about the Christmas parade so far?
It's decorated.
And can you look right into that camera and tell the folks at home something about Christmas?
Well, you give
right into there.
You give presents and stuff.
And what would you tell Santa you'd want for Christmas?
An iPod Touch.
Are you being a good girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tell you what, Santa will say, if you continue to be good, we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Christmas to you.
All right, tell everybody at home Merry Christmas. Wave and smile real big at the camera.
Merry Christmas.
This is the 9th annual Cars and Cycle Against Cancer show, and we're here to kick cancer's butt. We want to put cancer out of business. All these cars, over 300 are out here today at the Aeroplex, and they're all here for one cause, and that's to put cancer out of business. Bike run, car run, kids of all ages, pets, dogs, cats out here running around. We're just having a fun, festive day.
Thank you very much for talking with us, sir.
Hey, no problem. Chuck Wilder, and remember, tune in every Friday morning on Thunder Country 96.3 for the Chuck and Steve Show.
What I give for just 10 more minutes.
Chris Benson and West Cisco back here at the half, 22-15. The Rivercrest Colts lead the Gosnell Pirates as we are about ready for the second half.
Just let me take
kick.
a second here, Chris, on Chuck. You know, I didn't know him as well as some of the other Tubetown staff. I did work with him last year. He always had a smile on his face. He was always out giving as much as any man that I've ever known. And this community and Tubetown and Ritter Communications will greatly miss him. And it's a big loss to Mississippi County.
I never had the pleasure of meeting Chuck, and in that video he just seemed like a down-to-earth, very jovial type fellow that was always having fun.
And I'd like to give props to Brandon Reed on our Tubetown staff. He did an excellent job piecing together that video.
Good job, BR. We're going to step aside. We still have about 2 minutes and 15 seconds before the third quarter kickoff, so we'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, it'll be the third quarter kickoff. 22-15, Rivercrest the lead. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
We're just about set for third quarter kickoff. Ryan Rogers tees it up, and Brian Anderson is back deep for the Gosnell Pirates. And Gosnell has Rivercrest right where they want them.
Yeah, you can remember from our opening segment, they had a big come from behind victory. The Pirates did against the Osceola Sentinels last week, so they're trying to be the comeback kids for 2 weeks in a row here.
There's the whistle. And here we go. Rogers. That looked like an onside kick there. And it will be downed by number 4, Mike Gates. So good field position for the Gosnell Pirates.
Gates coming up limping.
He's not happy. You can see him walking over here on the sidelines.
Don't know if it's something with a hamstring or a cramp. It's a little bit, last week we had the cool weather. Week before last we had the hot weather. It's back to being a little bit warmer again tonight. I wonder if cramping's starting to go on down here.
So first down, Gosnell at its own 43-yard line. They open up in the spread. And the give is to Anderson. Has a nice hold. 45-50. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. 45-40. 35. Down to the 32-yard line of Rivercrest. That is a gain of 25 yards.
Brian Anderson, once he gets started, is hard to take down.
And yet another big play. That is the 9th play of 15 yards or better in tonight's ball game. So Brandon Reed's going to be busy this week in the 2-minute drill. He may have to cut some of them out the way this game's going. He may have more than enough to choose from.
It may be more than like a 5 or 6 minute drill.
Toss to the near side. To number 32, Carlos Blackman, his first carry of the game. And he's going to get a yard.
First carry of the night. Referee's going to spot it on the 31. It'll be second down and 9.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Pirates. Just underway in the third quarter. Griffin fakes the handoff, keeps himself, stays on his feet inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. So we'll give Griffin 4 yards.
3rd down and manageable here for the Pirates.
Griffin spotted on the 29. 3rd down and about 7 for the Pirates.
Third down and 6 coming for Gosnell.
They're 3 out of 5 on 3rd down conversions tonight.
It's a pretty good rate of 60%. You convert more than half of your 3rd downs. That's a pretty good ratio. Griffin rolls to his right. Fires and it's complete. 1st down and more inside the 15. Down to about the 10-yard line. Miller, 19 yards on the catch.
That's enough for a Gosnell Pirate. Pirates is knocking on the door for a score.
So they're back in the red zone.
They've been there most every drive tonight. When they've gotten there is when they've shot themselves in the foot, though.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and call it right on the 10, so it's going to be a 1st and goal.
Ball is right on the 10-yard line, so 1st and goal. Ball is bobbled, and Griffin will fall on it. He'll lose 4 yards on that. Back to the 14-yard line. Again, another miscue by the Pirates in the red zone.
That's what hurt them. That's why they are trailing right now.
And that was a good snap. Griffin just bobbled it. Two men in motion. That's got to be a flag. You can't do that.
You saw the coach waving. Hey, they got 2 going here. So
that's got to be a false start. You had 2 guys going in motion at the same time.
looks like they had a timeout.
So did they get the timeout before the motion? We'll have to.
Looks like they did.
They're waving off the flag, so the timeout is given. We'll take it with them. 9:12 left to play in the third. 22-15 Rivercrest. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Join us next week when we're in Bono, next Friday night at Westside High School as the Warriors play host to the Rebels from Highland. Prep football on Tubetown presented by Armor Seed.
A couple of D1 prospects in that game for Highland, Avery Johnson and Dion Stewart. Johnson going to ASU, Stewart going to Arkansas. 2nd and goal, Griffin straight ahead on the keep. He's inside the 10, down to the 9. That'll be 5 yards for Griffin. So 3rd down and goal coming for the Pirates.
First drive of the second half, and the Pirates have already called their first timeout. Remember, they called all 3 in the first quarter, all 3 of their first half timeouts in the first quarter.
So 3rd and goal. Griffin gives to Anderson inside the 5, still on his feet, pushing tacklers, and he's going to be ruled down at the 2-yard line, so give him 7 yards. And 4th and goal, and you got to think Gosnell's going to go for this.
Yeah. Looked like someone come out and Coach Moody told them no. They're 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions.
4th down and goal to go. Give to Anderson, still on his feet, pushing, and he is in for the touchdown. 2-yard run for Brian Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And with 7:58 left to play in the 3rd quarter, it is a 1-point game. Rivercrest 22, Gosnell 21.
And again, Anderson with those driving legs to get him over the goal line there. We've seen it all night, him getting extra yardage, and it happened just to get him over into pay dirt.
So we'll see what Gosnell wants to do. They are going, they're going to go for it. They're going for 2. They're going for the lead. Griffin fires, and it is incomplete. Flag on the play. Let's see. That could be defensive pass interference. And if it is, they'll get to retry.
An eligible man.
An eligible man downfield, so the penalty will be declined with 7:58 left to play in the 3rd. It's Rivercrest 22, Gosnell 21. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank & Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank & Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank & Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
(22-21), Rivercrest leads after the 2-point conversion failed for Gosnell. And a little pennant race action to tell you about. The Cardinals leading the Reds 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. And Yachty is at the plate.
Go Redbirds.
So Gosnell set to kick it off. Langston back deep for the Colts. Nice high kick will be bounced at the 21-yard line. Pick up at the 30, 35, 40. And a nice return by number 5.
And we got a late flag
Oscar
coming.
Rios. 7 plays, 58 yards. 2-yard run for Brian Anderson caps off a 4-minute drive for the Gosnell Pirates, and we have a flag on the play. See who it's against. Personal foul against Rivercrest, so that'll negate some of that good field position they would have had. That'll take it all the way back to the 25-yard line.
East Poinsett County at the end of 3 is leading Marietta 48-6.
The Warriors are rolling.
To the 25-yard line. Our defense on the field.
The Brooklyn Bearcats have taken the lead over Manila 16-8 in the 3rd quarter. And Langston gets the carry. He's got a first down and more across the 40. To the 42. That's 17 more for Langston. And I tell you what, the yards are piling up for Cecil Langston.
Nice first down run there.
139 yards unofficially on 11 carries for Langston.
It's going to be hard finding the Armor Seed player of the game tonight.
And Langston gets the carry this time, but he's going to be stopped as he gets into the line. A good job that time by the Pirate defensive line to hold it. And we have a man down for the Pirates. So that's a gain of a yard for Langston.
For a complete schedule of prep football in Tubetown, log on to www.tubetownonline.com. Full schedules on the homepage. You can also order DVD copies of all of our high school sports programming at www.tubetownonline.com.
Number 60, the injured Pirate, David Wright. Looks like it could have been cramping issues.
Number 60, David Wright.
He's walking off under his own power.
Our broadcast position tonight is outside, Chris, and it is still a little muggy out here.
Still a little warm. For mid-September nighttime weather. Won't last much longer though. It'll get chilly and cold before the season's over. Second down and 9 for the Colts. Chew fires out of the flat and it's caught, and a nice tackle. Number 6, Jordan Canty was Johnny on the spot, and now we have an injured Colt. The pass is complete to the 47 to number 1, Alonzo Thurman. That's his first catch of the night.
I wonder if that's a stinger there right where he was hit. Or if he went down wrong on it. I don't know which one. Looks like he might have went down wrong.
6 yards there, so third down. And Rivercrest is 2 out of 8 on third downs tonight, so third down and 5. Thurman is up. They're going to help him off. He's favoring his left. Looks like his left ankle that he's favoring. So third and about 4 coming up for Rivercrest.
The National Scouting Report presents the NSR Ritter Communications Underclassmen of the Game. Go like NSR on Facebook or send Larry Perrin NSR a friend request on Facebook.
Third down for the Colts. Man in motion is Tittle. Give to Langston, and he's going to be hit short of the first down. He got just shy of midfield. He got about 3, but that's going to be short of the first down. And it'll bring up fourth and about 2. He needs inside the 49 of Gosnell. They're on the Rivercrest side of the 50, so fourth and about 2.
They're 1 for 2 on fourth downs. This will be their third attempt.
Chew changing the play.
Five on the snap clock.
And they may be going to take they're going to take a delay of game and probably punt. Yep, that's what they're doing. So the Pirates hold. And a delay of game against the Colts. And with 6:09 left to play in the third, Rivercrest will punt it away. Austin Griffin will stand at the 31-yard line to punt it away to Brian Anderson, who is standing back at his 26. Good snap. Gets it away, a nice punt. Going to bounce at the 30 and take a Rivercrest roll inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. So
we got a little chewing going on here by, looks like it was Kessler Pierce for Riverside and Michael Miller of Gosnell chipping away at each other. A little pushing, shoving, talking after the whistle.
You get that in rivalry games, Wes.
Oh, always. But you don't want to have a dumb penalty come up on you.
No, you don't.
Well, let me put it this way. Another dumb penalty come up on you.
That was a 37-yard punt by Griffin, no return. And Gosnell will put it in play. First down. Blackman gets the toss.
He didn't get much, if anything, there.
They're going to mark him at the 20-yard line, a gain of 2 for Blackman. Bring up 2nd and 8. Griffin hands to Anderson. Tries the middle of the line, breaks a tackle, and he should have first down yardage as he gets out to the 31. That'll be enough for the first down. 11 more yards for Anderson.
He's kind of upset himself on tripping there because if he could have done that one last tackle, he could have broke free there.
132 yards unofficially for Brian Anderson on 14 carries. So some guys having some good offensive nights tonight. Ball is bobbled by Griffin, and he'll fall on it. Back at the 21-yard line, a loss of 10. And another big loss. Another negative play for the Gosnell Pirates.
It's like Jonesboro's about to take control of the game against Batesville. It's 42-21 with 1:25 left to go in the third. So that's a good test for the Pioneers to get them ready for the 5A East.
2nd down and 18. Griffin wants to throw, gets a good block, fires out in the flat, incomplete. Intended for number 4, Mike Gates. Led him just a little bit too much.
Chris, we have our first final in. EPC defeats Mariana 56-6.
4 out of 7 on third downs for the Pirates tonight. That's what you call getting taken to the woodshed right there, Wes. So 3rd down. Griffin rolling to his left, sets his feet, fires, well overthrown, intended for for Tiberius Real, and he overshot him by 10 yards. So 4th down, Pirates will have to punt. 3:45 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Defensive has started to settle down here. Rivercrest gave up that first score in the quarter, but then it's been last 2 series here have been good defensive stops by both teams.
I have a feeling 22-21 will not be the final score, though.
No. I'll be surprised if it is.
High snap. Good job by Griffin to catch that, pick it up, and punt it. And now Tittle at the 47. Oh, nice coverage downfield. They're calling him down. The referee's calling him down. But number 44, Justice Stringer.
Nice kickoff or punt coverage.
On the coverage there. A good play by Stringer
Colts are going to have the ball on the 50-yard line.
as he delivers his own brand of justice.
Good starting field position for the Colts here at midfield, though.
Half the field. And Chu will go under center out of the I formation. Toss, Langston. Breaks a tackle. Cuts it back. 40, still on his feet. And I tell you what, that young man is hard to bring down. He got a first down and more down to the 36-yard line. 14 more yards
Uh-oh. He's coming back. I wonder.
And looks like he may have a cramp.
Yep.
Langston working on about 150 yards right now, though, in that neighborhood.
The Colt players was trying to massage that, and the referee said, no, go ahead and let your coach do it.
Those are not serious injuries, but man, do they hurt.
Oh, big time.
Leg cramps.
And when you get old like I am, you have them in the middle of the night, I don't even have to be playing football.
The old Charlie horses. And they're still stretching him out. We're going to toss it to a break while the injury time. We'll have an injury timeout here. 3:22 left to play in the third quarter. 22-21 Rivercrest. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Armor Seed is the proud primary sponsor of Tubetown Sports. Quality soybean, corn, wheat, and rice seed for Northeast Arkansas's farmers. Start strong. Plant Armor with Armor Seed.
What a fitting sight here in Arkansas. Look at the bugs.
In Northeast Arkansas.
The give is to Austin Griffin, and he's going to get inside the 35 to the 34.
You know, I was thinking we got the Mark III PC game at Halloween, right? You know, I'm from around the Harrison area. I'm glad we're not going to be at the Spook House on Halloween with the Golden Goblins.
Well, you know. Quarterback sneak by Chew. Not sure what that's all about. You had second and long, and that's going to bring up third down and 4.
Maybe it was just trying to soften them up for something.
So third down and 4. 2:15 left. Chew pulls it down. Now he fires. And it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by the Pirates.
He was looking right at the defender he wanted. He didn't look off or anything. He was focused, and the Pirates saw where he was going with it.
So fourth down and 5, and
1 for 2. Since they went ahead and took the delay of game last time, they're 1 for 2 on fourth down.
Rivercrest will go for it. I bet Langston gets it. Nope. Chew's going to throw. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, and he will be short. He gets down to the 30-yard line, but that is 2 yards short for Marquez Chew. And the Gosnell Pirates will take back over with 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Down by 1 point.
That's where you missed the running back that was right there that went off with the injury.
Well, he was back in the game, so I thought he was going to get a carry there, but they went away from him. So Dwight Griffin is under center for Gosnell. Give it to the first man through, 35-40, still 45-50. And Tiberius will to the 44-yard line of the Colts, 26 yards.
We're right back in the Colt territory.
Going back under center, I formation. Give to Anderson. Across the 40. Or excuse me, 32. Blackman. He gets 4 yards.
Second and 6 for the Pirates.
So 2nd down and 6 with 1:18 left to play in the 3rd. Manila has tied the game up in Brooklyn, 16 apiece in the 4th quarter.
They finally scoring some points over in Lion Country.
Give to Real, and he pushes the pile, and he has enough for a 1st down. He's across the 35, down to the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 7 for Real, and a 1st down.
You got to give it to the Pirate defense for stiffening up after giving some big plays in the first half. They haven't allowed the Colts to score, and we're under a minute now left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Wishbone set. And the give is to Blackman inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. 4 yards for Blackman. Tiberius Real a little slow to get up, hobbling off under his own power. 25 seconds left to play, and they don't have to snap it if they don't want to.
I'd almost go ahead and take this as a timeout, but they're not going to.
Looks like they're going to run a play. 2nd down and 6. Griffin to Anderson. Pops it outside to the 25. Still on his feet. Still on his feet.
He stepped out.
And inside the 20. And
That's enough for another Gosnell Pirate.
spotted down at the 19-yard line, so 10 yards for Anderson.
And since he went out of bounds, that does stop the clock, so they get one more play in the 3rd quarter.
First down at the 19-yard line. Oh, ball is on the ground, and Griffin falls on it. He'll lose 2. But we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter with the score, Rivercrest 22, Gosnell 21. We'll be back for the final set of 12 right after this. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Well, the defenses had a little better time in the 3rd quarter there as Gosnell took the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, went down and scored, but the defenses settled down in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the defense, it's been a totally different game than what we had in the first half. We had all those big plays. Like you said, the Pirates scored on the first drive, and then after that, it's been all defense.
Gosnell has the ball right now. They are inside the 20-yard line. They're back in the red zone, and they will have 2nd down and 12 from the 21 as they fumbled the snap right before the end of the 3rd quarter. And Brooklyn has taken the lead on Manila 24-16 in the 4th quarter. And Griffin hands off to Real. Inside the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5. And Real will be knocked down at about the 4-yard line. That's 17 yards and a 1st down. So Gosnell.
Another 1st and goal here for the Pirates. Do they take their first lead since early in the 1st?
Now, like I said, as we came back from half, Gosnell had Rivercrest right where they wanted them. And now,
that's a touchdown.
Dwight Griffin on the keeper for the touchdown. Or excuse me, he handed off to Tiberius Real. 4 yards in the touchdown. And Gosnell 27, Rivercrest 22. And I believe you just about have to go for 2 now to try to get it to a 7-point game.
Yeah, because if you don't, then 6 just ties it up. Then they could go for the lead on the PAT if they score.
And they will go for it. Hand off and in for the 2-point conversion. So the 2-point conversion is good. And with 11:38 left to play in the ball game, your score, Gosnell 29, Rivercrest 22. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
(29-22), Gosnell with the lead here on the first play of the fourth quarter, and we still have an injured Pirate down on the field around the 5-yard line. So we're going to step away for an injury timeout. And that, I'm not sure who that is on the ground. We'll try to get a number, and we'll try to get a name and a number and bring that to you when we come back after these messages. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
For more than 20 years, we've been gathering, supporting, battling, remembering, celebrating, and racing. This year, our race includes the men who have stood behind us and walked beside us. Join us Saturday, October 4th in downtown Little Rock for the statewide Arkansas Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Register online by October 3rd at KomenArkansas.org. Move. Be moved.
I wonder if he got
We'd like to thank our great sponsors who have made tonight's telecast possible. Armor Seed, Farmers Bank and Trust, and iCare of Truman. If you're interested in being a sponsor of any of our prep sports, call Marcus Carlton at 870-336-2318.
Dwight Griffin, the quarterback for Gosnell, was the injured player. He came off under his own power, and
I'm looking at him right now. He's got a noticeable limp on his right leg there, Chris.
And there's the kick. A high kick. It will go out of bounds, and Rivercrest will get good field position.
Well, the Pirate defense has stiffened up here this half. I wonder what the Colts are going to try to do now that they're back behind.
8 plays, 242 minutes, 8 plays, 2 minutes, 42 seconds. 70 yards on the drive, and Tiberius Real, a 4-yard plunge, has given the Gosnell Pirates a 7-point lead.
If you remember the first half, though, the big plays started coming when they started tossing the football, throwing the football. They've kind of gotten away from that in the second half.
And a high snap to Chew, and he'll have to fall on it.
They lost on play, second down, and about 12.
So Chew loses 2. And second down and 12 coming for the Rivercrest Colts. Chew wants to throw. Deep middle, and it is caught by Tittle. Another, nope. Yes, it is caught. I thought he did. Down to the 28-yard line. 40 more yards.
Right when we say it, they come out with a big pass play.
So first down at the 29-yard line. And they give us to Langston. Still on his feet in a rugby scrum. And he finally brought down at the 24-yard line. So Langston 5 more yards.
These running backs on both sides, they're just pushing and to get more yards. Both sides want more yardage on here.
Ball is just inside the 25 with 10:20 left to play in the ball game. Chew, play action, rolling. Now he rolls to his right. Gets away from trouble. Fires complete. Inside the 5-yard line and a touchdown! Cecil Langston with his second touchdown of the night. 1 running, 1 receiving. 25 yards.
And that was all due to the scrambling of Chew.
29-28 as Rivercrest will try to tie the game with 10:07 left to play in the ball game. And they're going to have to hurry as the play clock is down to 6. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. 10:07 left to play in the ball game. And absolutely nothing has been settled. It's 29 apiece. Come on back with us for the final 10. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Rivercrest strikes with the big plays yet again. A play of 40 and a play of 25 on that last touchdown drive, and it's 29 apiece with 10:07 left to play in the ball game. Ryan Rogers set to kick it away for the Colts. Not sure if they would play overtime or not with a non-conference game.
I'm not sure on that, how they do that. Coach Moody's over there asking his quarterback, okay, how you feeling?
And Rogers kicks it out of bounds. And Gosnell will have good field position. That's actually a spot foul there. 5 plays, 65 yards, a minute 31 on that last drive. A 25-yard touchdown toss from Marquez Chew to Cecil Langston capped the drive. And Gosnell will start at its own 48-yard line, and let's see. Dwight Griffin is back on the field. So Dwight Griffin stays in the game. Handoff, first man through. Tiberius Real. He got a yard. Not sure why the band would crank up while you're on offense.
Never understood that.
So 2nd down and 9. Give to Anderson. And a nice job there. Oh my, what a play. Number 20, Jake Bianda. Nice play there as he grabbed him by the jersey, would not let go. And Anderson only gets a yard.
That was a big play because if Bianda would have missed that tackle, he would have got at least 5 out of it.
So 3rd down and 7. 4 for 8, Gosnell on 3rd downs, 50%. That's a pretty good ratio. You want 50% or better. Griffin out of the shotgun. End around to McShane. And he gets to the 40-yard line. Looked like there might have been a face mask there that didn't get called.
That is enough for the 1st down.
McShane
How about them Pirates?
down to the 40. So a 1st down for McShane as he got 5. And a flag. Yep, they broke the huddle with 12 men. Substitution infraction. So once again, another penalty on the Pirates, and that will back the Pirates up 5 yards. Back at the 45-yard line.
It's the last thing you want to do is, get those penalties like that again.
Gosnell's 7th penalty for 37 yards. Hand off Blackman. And he'll get 4 down to the 41.
That's going to be a 3rd and long now. I'm sorry, 2nd and long.
So 2nd and 10. Griffin to Blackman. Still on his feet. As he'll get down to the 29-yard line. That's a 1st down. 11 yards for Blackman. Looked like he was limping while he was running.
Yeah, he's something with his ankle too. He's down, and we've got a Colt down also.
We've got casualties everywhere. A Colt down, a Pirate down. So we're going to step away for a timeout. 7:28 left to go in the ball game, 29 apiece. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Tomorrow night on Ritter Channel 125 ESPNU, 6 o'clock. The Arkansas Razorbacks host the Northern Illinois Huskies from Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville.
And both young men are now off to the sideline.
The coach still being helped off over there.
That's number, is that a 7? Looks like a 7. That's 7. That's Chew. That's the quarterback if that's number 7. But I couldn't really tell if that was a... So Griffin handoff to Real. he will get to the 24, a gain of 5.
We're coming inside 7 minutes left to go in the game now.
Second down and 5 at the 23. Griffin handoff, Real. Still on his feet as he goes around the left side. Looks like he's got another first down. Down to about the 15-yard line. So 8 more yards for Real. And here we are, Gosnell again. Inside the red zone. Give to Real. And he's going to be stacked up shy of the 10. Actually, he's right on the 10, so he got 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Griffin puts it on the ground. Let's see. He falls on his own fumble, so no gain on the play.
That's not what you want to see if you're Coach Gary Moody, especially after Griffin came off on that last drive.
They have played 8 in Bush. 2-1 Cardinals. Huge pennant race implications in that ball game. Griffin, another fumble.
That looks like Rivercrest.
And that's going to be Rivercrest ball. My, oh my, how many times can you shoot yourself in the foot down on the red zone?
The majority of the turnovers tonight for the Pirates have been in the red zone.
Pirate defense on the field. Support them, defense.
And the team that's chasing the Cardinals, the Pirates, they have already won 4-2 tonight. Hand off to Langston. He is close to a first down. Let's see.
They're calling it 2nd down.
They gave him 9 yards, so 2nd and 1.
You know, we're just under 5 left. Colts have all 3 timeouts. The Pirates have 2. So let's see how this plays out.
Another carry for Langston. And he got the first down as he got 5 out to the 24.
And Langston's back down again.
And he's back down again. These young men that are playing tonight are going to be sore in the morning. There's been some hitting going on and some players coming up, getting up slow. 4:42 left to play. Injury timeout. We'll take it with them. 29 apiece. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
It was good to see Langston walk off the field again. There's going to be some cramping going on. They're going to be sore in the morning, Chris.
There's a lot of guys have gone down tonight. Looks like a lot of cramping issues, and it's warm outside, but I mean it's not hot. Temperatures in the 70s. You would think that they would be maybe a little better hydrated than what they are, but obviously, of course, I mean, you're talking about a couple of teams that don't have a lot of players as well, and so guys are playing both ways and playing a lot of plays here tonight.
And next week we got a big game in Bono with the Warriors hosting the Highland Rebels.
A couple of teams that Highland is a perennial powerhouse in that 4A3, excuse me, and Westside has made it the last 2 years to the playoffs, looking to go for a third straight year.
Probably the conference opener for both schools.
Conference opener, yep, for both schools. Usually the first 3 weeks are non-conference games in high school, then you get into your conference games, and that's where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. But Rivercrest, 1st and 10 at its own 24-yard line. Chew, hand off to Tittle, and
I don't know if you follow much NFL, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the Super Bowl rematch this weekend when Seattle and Denver tie up again.
Probably be a high-scoring affair in that game. We had a flag there. Yep, they're marching it against Rivercrest.
I didn't see the...
So a 5-yard penalty. So 2nd down and 15.
The yard marker shows first. I don't know which one's correct.
Hand off to Langston, who is back in the game, and the ball is on the ground. But Rivercrest recovers its own fumble unless he was marked dead. Unless the ball was whistled dead.
It'll be 2nd down. About 14.
They're going to give Langston a yard.
And there's 12 on the field against the Colts.
So now it's Rivercrest shooting themselves in the foot.
So it's going to make
So
it
a
like
loss.
2nd and 20.
Yeah, 2nd and 20.
Well, they just went back to first on the yard marker.
Actually, it's going to be 2nd and 24, actually, as they need the 34-yard line. Hand off, big hole, Langston. Across the 20 to about the 22, so 12 yards for Langston. That's 19 carries tonight for Cecil Langston. He has been a workhorse.
And now they're saying it's finally 2nd down after all those penalties.
Good job, defense.
So now we're at 3rd down.
71 and 59.
Langston going to lose a yard on that carry. So 3rd down and 12.
They're 2 for 10 on 3rd down conversions are the Colts.
And that's not a good ratio. Chew to throw. Being flushed out of the pocket to his right. Now he turns back to his left. Has a man wide open. It's Langston. Eludes the defender. Oh, man, he is smoked from behind. Number 71, Justin Mann, knocked his lid off. Literally.
Yes.
As he got to the 30, that's going to bring up 4th down and about 3. So a 9-yard reception. And they're going to punt. That's the right call with 2:10 left. You don't want to miss on 4th down here and give it to Gosnell 30 yards from pay dirt and a chance to win the game. Nice punt. Bounces. Oh, going to take a big Rivercrest roll inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. So here we go. It's come down to this. 1:40 left to go in the game. Regulation. Not sure if there will be overtime or not if Gosnell doesn't score. Gosnell has 3 timeouts. Plenty of time.
Here's what
to move the football. 28-yard line is where Gosnell will put it in play. Gosnell looking to go 3-0 on the season. Rivercrest looking for their first win. Griffin hands off McShann. 30, 35, 40, still on his feet. Up to the 42-yard line. 13 yards for McShann.
CAC defeats Valley View 49-28. And with 2 minutes left to go in the game, the Golden Eagles of Greene County Tech have a 39-15 lead over the Kennett, Missouri Indians.
So Greene County Tech looking to get their first win of 2014. Griffin tossed to reel, picks up a block, and he's across the 45, still on his feet into Rivercrest territory, all the way to the 45, and we have a Colt down on the field. 13 yards for real.
The down Colt is Dylan Hennard.
And that actually does Gosnell a favor. Stops the clock, and
he tried to get up. So but you still got 2 of your 3 timeouts left. $1:12 left to go here in the game. And it looks like another cramp. They're stretching him out too.
Well, while they're stretching him out, we'll take a timeout. 1:12 left to play in the ball game. 29 apiece. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Number 50, Dylan Hennard, is the injured Colt. He's walking off under his own power. So the Pirates will have it 1st and 10 at the Rivercrest 45. 1:12 left to play in the ball game. Man in motion. Griffin, a toss to Anderson. Inside the 40, inside the 30, still on his feet. And he will get knocked out of bounds after a huge gain. Let's see where they spot him. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 23-yard line, so 22 yards for Anderson. And another timeout with a minute left to go. That's the first timeout taken by Gosnell here in the second half. So
second time, they got 1 left.
That's right, that says home. They have 1 left, so still plenty of time as you're on the, looks like the 17-yard line. So
next week's telecast, the Rebels of Highland are going to visit Bono to take on the West Side Warriors. We've had West Side already once. They had a 40-0 victory over over Manila in their first game. This will be our first chance to see the Rebels.
And last check, it was Brooklyn 30-16 over Manila halfway through the 4th quarter.
At least they got past the 0. 2 weeks in a row they had zeros up on the board. That's a positive step for the Lions.
Sure is. So first down at the 17-yard line. Griffin, play action, into the end zone. It is caught out of bounds. Oh, my. Oh. Wow.
Officials were right there, and they said no.
That was intended for Jordan Canty. Canty was just out of bounds. Griffin put that where only he could get it, though.
And it was good coming off of the timeout. Go for the home run. Go ahead and go for it.
Griffin only 6 out of 21 tonight passing. Toss to Real. And he's going to be down to the 10-yard line.
And there we go. That's the final timeout by the Pirates.
And the Pirates will take.
Referee spots it on the 10-yard line. Second down and about 2.
Another timeout. We'll keep it here. 44 seconds left. You got to think, though, that now with the ball at the 10-yard line that they are in field goal range if the drive stalls.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, this should be third down and 2 and not second. They had the incomplete pass.
Should be third down, yes. They have second down up there, but it should be third down, and now they're changing it to third down. So this is about to be a huge, huge play coming out of this timeout. You've got 3rd and 2. Clock would stop if you got the first down. But if you don't get the first down, you want to at least get out of bounds or throw the ball at the incompletion where you could trot out the field goal unit to try a less than 30-yard field goal. They're on the right hash, and it's 3rd down and 2. Griffin in the gun, spread formation. Griffin to throw, looking left. He's going to run with it. Now he squares and he fires. It is almost intercepted. It was almost caught for the touchdown and almost picked off in the end zone for a touchback. And after all that, it is 4th down and 2.
And they're 0 for 2 on 4th down. And the defenders were Langston and Tittle, the offensive juggernauts for the coach. Don't you know they're like, why couldn't I catch that one and go for the touchback?
Wow. So what are the Gosnell? They're going to go for it. 4th down with 37 seconds left. Toss. Anderson bottled up. He's not going to get it. He is not. The ball's on the ground.
He's still not.
And the Rivercrest Colts have held again. Anderson lost a couple of yards there, and now Rivercrest.
And they got the big play potential coming up.
They sure do. Rivercrest is at their own 15. 1st down.
Chew is back out there for quarterback. They have all 3 timeouts, Chris.
29 seconds left to play. All 3 timeouts. I'm looking for Devin Tittle here over the middle. That's the you know that the interception possibility is there, but there's the give. Langston breaks one, gets outside. Oh, and a nice tackle there at the 29-yard line. That's a 1st down, a gain of 12 for Langston.
He did not get out of bounds. So
yeah, but the clock does stop on a 1st down to reset the chain.
Yes, but only for momentarily, though. So do you go ahead and call your timeout so nothing comes?
They're not going to. 20 seconds. They got a play called, and the clock is ticking.
Down to 11 seconds.
Chew steps up, and he fires. Incomplete with 4 seconds left.
I still say Rivercrest probably should have called a timeout there. They let about 6 to 7 seconds go off trying to get a play called. when you could have had a timeout, you get it. Now you're down to 4 seconds left to go in the game, and you're still in your own territory.
Well, you can't put your timeouts in your pocket. So
no, you got all 3 of them.
And Chew fires complete. Out to the 42-yard line. That's a first down, but it doesn't matter. That's the 15. Adams, 12 yards. So let's see. Will they play overtime tonight?
Nope. The officials are walking off.
Officials are. What a way for this game to end. This is the first time I have ever called a football game that ends in a tie. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to step away for a break. We're probably going to have 2 players of the game, 1 from each side. I think that's the only fair way to do it in a tie ball game. We're going to figure out who those young men are. We're going to come back and wrap this thing up right after this. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC. Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Ritter Communications gives you a universe of TV shows, and now TiVo brings you even more. Movies, music, and videos from the web. Get it all in one place and take it anywhere life takes you. Any show, any screen, anywhere. Introducing the TiVo Experience.
Call Ritter Communications today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Chris Benson, West Cisco back, and this one is finished, and it ends in a tie, West Cisco. And I'm sure you're old enough to remember former Auburn head coach Pat Dye from the 80s, Coach
Yes.
Bo Jackson. You know what he said about ties?
What did he say?
He said ties were like kissing your sister. So you know both of these teams would have loved to determine a winner, but with it being a non-conference game, they're going to quit tied at 29 apiece. An outstanding ball game here tonight, West Cisco.
By both teams. And now, in the past 5 years, this rivalry, 2 wins for Gosnell, 2 wins for Rivercrest, and a tie.
2-2-1. And speaking of records, now Gosnell will go into the conference season 2-0-1. Rivercrest, a little bit of a victory for Rivercrest. They didn't lose, so they're not going into their conference season at 0-3. They're going into their conference season 0-2-1, so they can glean some things from this tie. Big plays all over the place tonight for both teams.
That was the name of the game, was big plays. You had them from both sides of the field, from everybody. You had some big hits on defense, some big stops, but then you had some big explosive plays on offense, especially in that first half.
Big plays, big hits, lots of penalties that just killed drives. And, you know, this 29-29 game really could have been in the 40s for both teams, the way the offenses were moving the football tonight.
It could have until those defenses finally started to buckle down and go, hey, look, we're not going to do this to our bunch. And I tell you what, it's probably a good thing they went ahead and stopped the game at a 29-29 tie, because how many injuries do we have there towards the end?
A lot of cramping issues there toward the end, as it was a little warm, probably in the 70s. And, you know, you have all those pads on, shoulder pads, hip pads, knee pads, you know, and inside those uniforms, it's even hotter, the helmets and everything. And we saw a lot of injuries here tonight, but thankfully most of them were of the cramping variety.
Yes.
And our players of the game, Devin Tittle, for the Rivercrest Colts, 4 catches, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Brian Anderson, 18 carries, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The Gosnell player of the game. And really, I feel like that's about the only fair way to do it in a tie, is give it to one from each school, because it was so hard to pick one because a lot of guys had great games.
Yeah, and you notice at the end of the game there, this is a rivalry game. There was a little chipping, a little talking, but then the respect for each other. The coaches, you know, were talking there, and they give each other a big hug and everything. It was just a great high school football atmosphere. And we'll be again next week when we're at Westside.
Highland and Westside next week from Bono. Westside looking to get into a conference, or get into the playoffs for the 3rd straight year. Highland seems like they're there every year. We'll have 2 Division I prospects that have committed to stay in state. You've got Avery Johnson, who will be playing in Jonesboro next year for the Arkansas State Red Wolves, and you have Dion Stewart, who's going to go to Northwest Arkansas and play for Brett Bielema's Razorbacks. Getting a little tongue-tied there. So there's both are athletes. They're receivers that are being recruited as athletes. So I'm sure they're going to touch the ball a lot next week.
I know Highland have lost 1, maybe 2 games already this year, but they went out of state, played some Missouri school and an Oklahoma school, I believe, the first 2 weeks. They're getting ready to play for big-time football in the 4A3.
Playing up in competition to get ready for your conference season, because the conferences is where the rubber meets the road, and the conferences are, you know, that's where you decide if you're going to make the playoffs or not. And you know, teams that are battle tested, once they get into the state playoffs, you know, they're the ones that tend to make the runs farther, because you have a team that's just blowing folks out every week, and then they get into a game in the 4th quarter and it's a 1-possession game. A lot of times those guys fold because they don't know how to handle that type of atmosphere.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, you schedule up, you play up. You may not win those games, but this isn't college football. You don't have to go into something undefeated to get somewhere.
No, and you look at your final stats tonight. Passing the ball, Rivercrest, 188 yards, 186 rushing. That's what I call balance.
That is balance right there.
374 total yards for Rivercrest, and Gosnell 266 in the air, 94 on the ground. That's 300 and Quick math, 360 yards for Gosnell.
And now you know why now we went 29 to 29.
Penalties, Rivercrest 11 penalties, 92 yards. Gosnell 7 for 37, so that was a huge factor. Rivercrest, or turnovers, Gosnell had 3, Rivercrest 2, and Rivercrest went 2 for 11 on third down. Gosnell went 5 for 9. So,
and the crucial turnover for the Pirates was there at the end, inside the red zone again,
going in for the game winner.
Yeah,
and they're turning out the lights on us, so that means wrap it up.
Yep,
29-29 your final score. We're going to say so long. We'll see you in Bono next week. You've been watching high school football on Tubetown.